Good morning, everyone. This is an iconic and historic day in the history of Shivnad School, Faridabad. As we get ready for a day full of celebrations, you are about to witness an enriching journey of our achievements and learnings. So stay tuned till the end. We would start with a message by our principal, Anju ma'am.
Dear parents and children, the year 2020 has been one of tremendous surprises and surging creativity. If nothing else, it has taught us how to convert stumbling blocks into stepping stones. I am delighted and proud to share that 9-year young Kshitij Goyal of Grade 4 has won sterling commendation from the jury at the Young Innovator Design Challenge 2020. It was an all India event where students of grades 6 to 12 pitched ideas and prototypes to fight COVID in innovative ways. Kshitij was the youngest participant. He faced the jury of stalwart scientists with confidence and conviction. He defended his creation, a mask called Sanjeevani. I will leave him to talk more about it here. I am certain you join me in congratulating him and his parents.
Hello, I'm Sharif Gaur from 4th Sariska. I want to tell you about my project. I like to call it an automatic resuscitator. It is a low-cost portable ventilator which can help patients who need assisted breathing, and it can also help us against the fight in COVID-19. Our project has won 2 awards: the Jury Award for the Most Innovative Idea and the Audience Choice Award. This competition was organized by NXP Semiconductors and I was the youngest person to participate. I prepared for 3 months for 4 rounds of evaluation. I'm feeling really happy that this competition has been covered by India Today and Aaj Tak. I'm thankful for my school which provides me encouragement and inspiration to do activities like this. Thank you.
Dear parents, our new Council of Students has just taken the oath to serve the school and discharge their duties with love and care. The digital election process we followed was undoubtedly the first, and clearly, the primary children have upended the bar of innovation by participating in a fair and impartial online election process. My congratulations go out to Arav, Twisha, Nitika, Ritvik, Tavish, Jashit, Saksham, Manya Gandhi, Devina, Shiven, Raghavendra, Abir, Manya Agarwal, Arshia, Kshitij, Atharv, Naisha, Yashasvi, Jaisnavi, Purvi and Myra. Join me in congratulating these children for being elected as the Junior Council representatives.
Now we will start with the oath ceremony of our new council. I
I
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will diligently execute
that I will diligently execute
the responsibilities of student council representative
responsibilities of student council representative
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I will uphold, promote, and support
I will uphold, promote, and support
the ideas,
the
activities, and
ideas,
constitution
activities, and constitution
of the Shivnana School Faridabad Student Council.
of the Christian Faridabad Smart Student Council.
I will serve as a positive role model,
I'll serve as a positive role model,
leader,
leader,
and voice for the student population,
and voice for the student population,
and represent them
and represent them
as well as possible.
as well as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today, we bring to you the online version of Funkaar with the hope that you will experience the same sense of joy and exuberance that the children have felt in stitching this together for you, while being in their homes, removed by distance but aligned by the same ethos, artistic bent, appreciation for beauty, and love for each other. To delve deeper in the Indian art forms, grades 3 to 5 have explored the culture and art of the state of Telangana over the last few weeks. You will see some of that unfolding here. My congratulations to all children, their teachers, and parents for the immense effort to put together this extraordinary Funkaar, unique in its flavor and content. Leonard Bernstein said, "The point is, art never stopped a war and never got anybody a job. That was never its function. Art cannot change events, but it can change people. It can affect people so that they are changed, because people are changed by art. Enriched, ennobled, encouraged, they then act in a way that may affect the course of events. By the way, they behave the way they think." At Shivnada School, that's our deepest desire, that our children remain connected with the art forms for life and enjoy their journey as they grow and learn more, and continue to influence the world around them with their actions and views. Sit back and enjoy this experience with them. Thank you.
Greetings, everybody. Get ready to be charmed, as coming up next on your screens is a portrayal of Grade 4 Sariska's Funkaar 2020 projects.
Together with our teachers, we embarked on the first ever journey of an online Funkaar event, overcame hurdles and reached our destinations with novel learning experiences. We hope to share the same with you all in the next few minutes. Our Funkaar 2020 projects included doing maths through visual arts. We observed the various patterns around us. Through a virtual tour of Charminar in Telangana, we saw the different patterns and the symmetry of this famous monument. Thereafter, we created different patterns through various art forms like paper folding and cutting, rangoli and mandala. I am delighted to share our work with all of you. Exploring folktales through theatre. Our Funkaar project helped us discover our individual artistic expression. By narrating the folktales from Telangana, we not only understood the different elements of a folktale, but we were also able to build upon our confidence and communication skills.
Storytelling, it's before, long time ago, we don't have television, we don't have a radio, we don't have a movie, we don't have like a telephone. So people, to say story, they use voice. So it's important, storytelling, it's not writing on book, it's oral.
The Unsolved Mystery. Once upon a time in Andhra Pradesh, there ruled a very generous king. Every day, two beggars would visit the king. One was the old and another was young man. When the king gave donation to them, the old man would always say, "God provides, God provides." And the younger beggar would always say, "Our king provides, our king provides." The king got irritated with the old man and decided to teach him a lesson.
Next day, he told the beggars to walk down a road where he had placed a purse filled with gold. Then he questioned them, "Did you find anything?" "No, Your Majesty, I didn't find anything." The younger beggar said, "Yes, Your Majesty, I found a purse filled with gold. As I always say, God provides."
The displeased king then gave a pumpkin filled with silver coins to the younger beggar. The younger beggar walked down the road with the pumpkin. He thought, I can't cook it. I can't eat it raw. What will I do with this pumpkin? He sold the pumpkin to a shopkeeper for a few coins. Soon after, the older beggar came to the shop begging. The shopkeeper felt sorry for him. He called him and gave him the pumpkin. As soon as he went home, he cut it and he was delighted to find silver coins in pumpkin. God provides. God is great, he thought.
Morning, the king eagerly waited for the two beggars. When they reached, he asked them, "Did anything exciting happen to you yesterday?" "No, your majesty, but I did earn a few coins by selling the pumpkin you gave me," said the young beggar. "I was blessed. The shopkeeper gave me a pumpkin, and when I went home and cut it, I found it filled with silver coins. As I always say, God provides," said the old beggar. The king gave up and learned his lesson.
Oh, my dear friends, do not be afraid of thieves in this city. Haven't you heard the legend of Tenali Rama and the gang of thieves? It keeps away thieves, every single one of them, away from Vijayanagara. The story begins when a gang of thieves was ransacking every house in the city. The city chief was very troubled because of this, so he sought Tenali Rama's help. Tenali Rama agreed to help, and the next day he told his wife to spread a rumor that they have a lot of wealth. She spread it. Soon the rumor was in every corner of the country.
Thieves to had a fit and they decided to rob Rama's house. The next night, when the thieves came to rob Rama's house, Rama raised his voice and told his wife, "My dear, let's put all the wealth in a big box and drop it in the well. It will be safe underwater." Rama and his wife pretended to do so. Later, the thieves went to the well and began talking to each other. "The box seems to be big and heavy. How do we get it out?" Their leader said, "Let's drain all the water from the well, then we can easily get down and lift the box."
To this and started to drain the water from the well. When they finally got the box, they were stunned to see only stones and rocks in it. Before they could come out of the shop, the city guards came in and captured the gang. How Tenali and Rama got the thieves was the talk of the town for days.
The Unwanted Guests. This is a story of a very intelligent woman called Buddhimati. She lived in a village in Andhra Pradesh. Her husband Vishnu Rao was a very poor Brahmin. But in spite of his poverty, he loved to invite people to his house for meals. Buddhimati and her children often had to sleep hungry, and she did not like this at all.
Buddhimati had an idea. The next afternoon, when another unwanted guest came to her house, she welcomed him with a broad smile. Vishnu Rao spread out a mat for his guest and went off to take a bath in the river. Then Buddhimati came into the room with a spout and started performing a puja in the front of the stick.
Brahmin had never seen anything like this before. He asked her, "What on earth are you trying to do?" Buddhimati told the Brahmin, "If I purify the stick with puja, the gods will forgive my husband for beating up the guest."
Jumped a big alarm and ran away. He went around telling everyone never go to Vishnu Rao's house for a meal if they did not want to get beaten by a stick. People stopped accepting Vishnu Rao's invitations. Buddhimati finally got rid of the unwanted guests.
The foolish gesture. A person who has a helping nature always helps others at any cost, even if it means putting themselves in jeopardy. One day, some friends in a village decided to bathe in a river. The river had a scorpion in its water and was struggling to come out of it.
One amongst those friends saw the scorpion in the water and tried to throw it towards the banks of the river in order to save it. But every time the boy tried to pull the scorpion out of the water, but it would sting him and the boy would drop the scorpion back in the river.
His friends grew curious and warned him of the scorpion's venom. They asked the boy to stop being so foolish. The boy replied by saying that he had no choice but to save it. Just like the scorpion's instinct is to sting, it was his instinct to save the scorpion.
His friend suggested that it would be wise to seek help, but risking our own life was not a good idea at all. It is said, help others but also keep yourself safe. You don't need to take all the risks in order to save someone. Such decisions are to be made pragmatically. All the friends gathered in a towel, scooped the scorpion out of the water and saved it. Thank you.
Criticism of men. Uja and his son went on a journey once. Uja's son was riding a donkey and he himself went on foot. On the way, they met some people who said, "Look at that healthy young boy. Today's youth have no respect for elders." He rides the donkey while his poor father walks.
The boy felt very ashamed and insisted that he walk. So Hujja mounted the donkey and the boy walked at his side. A little later, they met some other people who said, "Ha ha ha ha, well, look at that. That poor little boy has to walk while his father rides the donkey."
After they had passed these people, Hujja turned to his son and said, I think the best thing to do is for both of us to walk. Then no one can complain. So they continued on their journey, both of them walking.
So they continued on their journey. A little way down the road, they met some others who said, "Just take a look at those fools. Both of them walking under the hot sun and neither of them is riding the donkey." Hujja turned to his son and said, "That just goes to show how hard it is to escape the criticism of men."
Fall of the ego. Once there was a proud and arrogant scholar who had many disciples. He was respected and a fair man who had inspired awe in his students. One day he had asked one of his students to go to the village to fetch some items for him. The disciple readily agreed and left. On his journey, he saw the river was calm, but when he fetched the items and returned, he saw the river had turned wild and had started to surge.
So out of desperation, he held the Guru's item in his hand and began reciting the words Guru Charanam repeatedly. And as he did so, a miracle took place. The river slowly parted, and he began making his way through the river. The disciples on the opposite shore were very scared, for they thought that he may drown or get washed away by the river.
On reaching the Guru, he first touched his feet and then handed over the items he had been told to fetch. Everyone asked the boy how he crossed the river, and he simply responded, "I never saw the river. I just closed my eyes and spoke Guru Charanam and came here."
Now the Guru thought, if this disciple had this power, then he should have it too. So in the morning he got into the river and started reciting Charanam instead of Guru Charanam. He kept on saying Na Charanam. The river almost swept him away. His disciples saw him drowning and rescued him with a stick. The disciples were amused. They so learned that the man did not even figure out the depth of the water. The Guru did not have any answer, and the disciples started laughing, and slowly the Guru lost all the respect he had gathered from the students over the years. Thank you for listening our Funkaar.
हिंदी में बच्चों ने गुजरात की लोक कथा मुफ्ती मुफ्त को पढ़ते हुए लोक कथा विद्या को जाना। अपने इसी ज्ञान और समझ को दर्शाते हुए उन्होंने तेलंगाना राज्य की लोक कथाएं लिखी और वहां की संस्कृति को सुंदर चित्रों के साथ अपनी कथा में दर्शाया।
parents, what you just witnessed was a testimony to the holistic education that Shiv Nadar School provides. An event like this cannot happen overnight, and the wheels start rolling weeks ago. And commitment from many people is needed to make it a success. It is my honor and privilege today to extend the vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of all those who made our first ever virtual Funkaar possible. With immense appreciation, I would first like to thank our students for their tireless efforts. Dear children, without your participation and invaluable contribution, this culmination would not have been so successful. Thank you to each one of you for such a creative demonstration of your learnings. Next, I would like to thank you, dear parents, for your enormous cooperation. Culminating the event online would not have been possible without your time and continuous support. You have been our true pedagogical partners in this journey. Thank you to my team of the most dedicated teachers, both scholastic and co-scholastic, for working day and night and providing such rich experiences to our children and making learning a joyful experience. A special thanks to Bhagya for helping us compile such lovely videos. Lastly, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our principal Anju ma'am for guiding us throughout and showing us the right path. She is undoubtedly a pillar of strength to each one of us. Once again, a big thank you. We hope you enjoyed the presentations. Have a good day.